Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. Future Foe here, and today we're going to continue our weapons review for the Iron Banner set. If you missed the last video, we went over the Iron Banner primaries. If you'd like to check out my thoughts on those weapons, click the image on screen or the link in the description box below. But without further ado, let's jump into the Iron Banner special weapons, starting with Lorenz March. This gun is the Iron Banner sniper rifle and features one of the lowest impacts and the highest rate of fires out of all of the sniper rifles in the game. Mine actually happened to drop with short gaze, which is one of my favorite sights, and I recommend it for anyone who's not perfect at sniping. The first perk of mine is Underdog, and I didn't think I would appreciate this on a sniper, but I have found that it has saved my butt a few times so far. The next column features Perfect Balance, Hand-Laid Stock, and Casket Mag. Now, while this might seem like a no-brainer with Casket Mag available, I'm actually not the best PvP sniper, so I'm going to be going with Hand-Laid Stock for the most part. It just has such an incredible increase to stability that I just can't pass it up. And the final perk on mine is Hidden Hand. This weapon gains better target acquisition. Now, I was actually pretty surprised to find out how low of an impact this weapon actually has when even compared to something like the Praevis Revenge. But I do have another sniper rifle, so if you're looking for something to compare it to, you've got the Uzumi RR4 available from the gunsmith. Now, I didn't know how much I would actually like this weapon, but I have been using it quite a bit in the Crucible, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with its performance. As it turns out, this weapon has one of the highest aim assists in the game. That, in addition to the Hidden Hand perk that mine has actually been helping me get a lot better at sniping in the Crucible. A headshot is still a one-hit kill, and if you happen to get a body shot, it's still a 2 body shot kill, just like most other sniper rifles. The only difference is you can get that second shot off a lot quicker and with a lot more accuracy.
Heavy ammo available.
The next weapon we're going to look at is this shotgun, Deidris' Retort. It is on the higher impact side of the spectrum with a pretty decent rate of fire for its impact. Mine has Smart Drift Control, Field Choke, and Aggressive Ballistics. The first perk on mine is Full Auto. This perk is nice to have simply because it's going to speed up your ability to hit that follow-up shot. In the next column we have Fitted Stock, Quick Draw, and Flared Magwell, with the final perk on mine being Replenish. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this for PvP simply because you only unleash your super about 2 to 3 times a match. I would rather have something like Underdog, which can come a lot more handy with shotguns. For comparison, it has the same DPS stats as the Found Verdict from the Volta Glass in Year 1. Mine even has Full Auto, making this feel very similar. Overall, this is a pretty decent gun, especially in the Crucible. It's got decent range and quite the heavy hitter. I do enjoy the Full Auto on mine for those really close quarters encounters, but I wish Replenish was replaced with something like Underdog. I played with Found Verdict quite a bit in Year 1 and I have been waiting for a good replacement. I feel like this weapon strikes the right balance of rate of fire and impact, so I'm probably going to use it quite a bit. Next up, we've got the Fusion Rifle, Ashraven's Flight. This Fusion Rifle is on the higher charge rate, lower impact side of the spectrum. My sights are Red Dot ORES, True Sight, and Red Dot ORS1, with the first perk of mine being Hipfire. The next column of mine features Lightweight, Skip Rounds, and Feathered Mag. And the final perk on mine is Army of One. I'm a huge fan of Army of One, and I welcome it on any of my weapons. The closest thing I could find to compare it to is Pantaray from the Crucible Quartermaster. Now, it's nice that the charge rate is that high, but that does come at a cost, at least in PvP. In the time I spent testing the weapon, I wasn't very impressed. The only time I found it useful was to take out an enemy that already had their shields down, at least when we're talking about that mid-range engagement. If they were directly up close, it was perfectly fine, and that hipfire did really help quite a bit. But it does raise the question that if the weapon is only effective at close range, what's to stop me from just using a shotgun? Fusion rifles don't really fit into my current playstyle, and their place in the meta isn't really that great either way. I just wish that fusion rifles had a higher charge rate across the board, which I think would make them a lot more practical in PvP. Finally, we have Ironwreath-D, the sidearm. The cool thing about all Haka sidearms is that they all have improved muzzle velocity. That essentially means that the bullets have no travel time. The instant the weapon fires is the instant your enemy gets hit. The slight choices on mine are Quick Draw and Sure Shot, with my choice being Sure Shot. A good choice to help with those mid-range engagements. Next we have Spray and Play, a great choice for sidearms as well, followed by your choice between Snapshot, high caliber rounds, and Reinforced Barrel. I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to sidearms during most of my time with the Taken King, and I only picked them up recently just to really fill out the Grimoire. Although I have to say, after using them a lot more in PvP and PvE, I have to say that the weapons are pretty satisfying to use, and can be seriously effective if you know how to use them. Sidearms are meant to be exactly that. While it is very much possible and pretty easy to get a full kill with the sidearm, it's really meant to be that follow-up gun to help you seal the deal. It's perfect for those instances where you've taken out most of the enemy's health with either a melee or your primary and just need to finish them off quickly. I wouldn't mind if my Spray and Play was replaced with something like Hot Swap. I think that would make it seriously formidable. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the Iron Banner specials for Year 2. Now, of course, the Year 1 versions of these weapons were pretty hot topics and led to a lot of controversy, but I do have to say, after using these weapons more for the purposes of this video, I've actually fallen in love with quite a few of them. I'll be using Lorenz March a lot more to get myself better at sniping. Deidris' Retort might actually be my legendary shotgun of choice moving forward, and the Ironwreath-D is just fun to use. Which is good news because I have quite a few kills left for that Grimoire. What do you think of the Iron Banner specials for Year 2? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Join me in the next video when we're going to be finishing up the reviews here with our reviews of the Iron Banner Heavies. Drop a like if you can and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.